Oh, why hello there. Have you and your buddies ever wondered how we went from this to this? Or maybe you're even wondering how we got to this. Alright, maybe you get the goats. The kids are pretty cute. Adorable. There have been many theories on how people move from what Marshall Salins would call the original affluent society to farming in 11 different locations. One such theory is Esther Bosrup's Bosrorian theory, which argues that farming was adopted because of the problem with this theory. Modern hunter and gather societies have a method of dealing with overpopulation. They send away young men who will then go off to start their own hunter and gather society, or they practice something called infanticide. It is not far-fetched to say that the hunter and gather societies of our ancestors would have practiced something very similar to the hunter and gatherer societies of today. So if that theory is not quite right, then what else might be the cause? Robert Brainwood argues for climate change. During the Younger Dryas period, temperatures dropped to Ice Age-like conditions, making the land very dry in all places but a few oases. So our ancestors started farming these oases for survival. The problem with this theory is that farming happened in 11 different locations at varying points in history. Brainwood's climate change theory relies too heavily on the Younger Dryas period, which only really accounts for farming that happened in the Middle East or the Fertile Crescent. A theory by Brian Hayden argues for competitive feasting, like modern parties, which I know all about. Our ancestors wanted to have huge, enlarged, heightened status through hosting and providing large feasts with the most food. So in this theory, farming started because of a desire for a surplus of food. I personally do not believe this theory can really be proven or disproven, but when you look at people hosting parties, very large parties, today to be considered cool, the theory becomes quite plausible. David Rindos created a very believable theory that centers around coevolution between our ancient ancestors and farming. This theory argues that our ancestors adopted farming because we evolved side by side the plants. We benefited the plants because we helped them to grow, and, well, the plants benefited us because they provided us with food and nourishment. It is very hard to simply choose and say which theory is the correct one, simply because one thing we must accept if we ever hope to understand why our ancestors abandoned hunting and gathering is that one answer is too simple, and it is likely a combination of different theories depending on which location we're talking about the farming starting. Well, that is all for tonight, folks. Tune in next week where we will be discussing how dinosaurs have absolutely nothing to do with anthropology. So long for now. right, that's it, Martin. I can no longer work under these conditions. I don't even need glasses. These are fake. They don't make me look more intelligent. They make me look like an idiot. That's it. I will no longer work here. You can go find yourself a new narrator.